What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back. It's me, Hebot, your boy, your brother. I want to do a quick little video to talk about really fast about what's going on with an article that I seen. I forgot where exactly it was from, but an article that I seen from Sega, that they were talking to them and they were saying that the deal and partnership that they did with Microsoft wasn't going to lead up to possible exclusives, which that really, to be honest with you, as a long-time Sega fan, really rubs me the wrong way, and it really aggravates me because no one's really talking about it, no one's really calling it out, especially the fact that Sega has had the audacity and the gall to make games exclusives for consoles like PlayStation and for Nintendo for many years and not brought it out on Xbox, after their model of doing things in gaming in the industry was changed after they did the deal with Microsoft back when, on the OG Xbox, with exclusive deals, and they had like a 14 game exclusivity deal, and when they finished doing exclusives for ultimately end up doing exclusives also for PS2 and even, Nintendo consoles like the GameCube and the Wii, for example, which to this day, a lot of those games just stayed there and they never brought them over. Even though the ones that were on Xbox, a lot of them have come over. Not all, but a lot of them have. Like, the House of the Dead 3, for example, as an example, And it really bothers me because even though Microsoft has gone out their way to do this partnership, to clearly help them in a lot of ways, because they don't have the financial means anymore and haven't had the financial means for a long time because they haven't found real success with a lot of their games. They so-called claim that the Yakuza series has done well for them, but I firmly believe the reason why it's done well for them is mainly because it's a game that doesn't cost them a lot of money to make. I mean, all the Yakuza games take place in the same map, for Christ's sakes. You see what I'm saying? So, that should cut corners tremendously in a lot of ways. Even though it's a different story or a set of new characters introduced. They did it with Judgment. Other Sonic games that have come out as of recent have not really sold as well as they probably would have hoped to, right? And so that's the kind of banter and behavior from publisher and developer that I really have a disdain and distaste for. That, people always play the blind eye. Because if it would have been them doing the deal with Sony, and had they said that about Sony, saying, well, we're not going to make no exclusive games only for Sony, even though they're helping us fund the technology for our future games to make bigger and better games, and helping us, have the ability to make better games and bigger games with their pocketbooks, right? You best believe that a lot of people and media outlets and influencers, so forth and so forth, you best believe they would have been the first ones out here saying, listen, who do you think you are, Sega? Why would you do this if Sony's doing that? And even Sony themselves would probably make sure they had said something and not allowed it to happen, which makes the biggest difference and differentiates Microsoft from every other company out there. That I keep saying that sometimes they're just too nice and play, the role of a parent protecting people and protecting the industry, but don't get nothing in return as far as the respect that they deserve, you know, or you know, or the recognition for that matter, right? So I really hope that they reevaluate what they said and that they really, you know, think about it twice, or think about what they're saying twice before they continue to open their mouth, because as always, this is the media trying to fish to try to protect in favor of their preferred platform, whether it's PlayStation or Nintendo, because they don't want to hear, oh my God, Sega's gonna make exclusives for, you know, Xbox now, and we're not getting no games back, and we're not getting them, only they are, right? Meanwhile, when games like, you know, a Bayonetta 3 is being made, when Sega had something to do with that, right? Or I believe still owns that property. Or like I said, games like Fist of the North Star or Persona, which are Atlas Sega involvement, which they own, and Sega Atlas is one entity now, right? Just like Sammy. They have them on PlayStation and on the Nintendo consoles, but you don't see them and haven't seen them to this point on the Xbox console. Why is that? You know what I mean? Why is that? Why is it that it's okay for them to have it, those exclusives like Fist of the North Star and also like Persona on the PS4 or PlayStation console or the Nintendo console, but it's not okay for them to do exclusivity deals with certain titles with Microsoft, even though they're helping them? I would love to know why, because Sony nor Nintendo owns any stakes in Fist of the North Star or Persona, for that matter. You know, just like they didn't own nothing for the Yakuza, and now it finally came over, and then all of a sudden the main creator decides he wants to step down or leave, which I find it kind of funny, because I have a funny feeling is because he didn't like the idea that Sega make the determination of, you know, putting the games on Xbox through Game Pass, which, mind you, they got paid for it up front because it's on Game Pass. And yes, Phantasy Star Online 2 Genesis is only concurrently on the Xbox console because they're using their Azure servers, and as you know, is the best way to run their games. And those servers are not supported on PlayStation, and they're not supported on Nintendo consoles. So that's the reason that it's on the Xbox, but it's also on other consoles and units in like Japan and on PC and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why it's not really on the PlayStation console or Nintendo console at this moment. But I'm pretty sure at some point they'll bring it over as well also. So I just call shenanigans, and I think it's very distasteful on Sega's part, especially after the announcement that was made in the partnership. And I think that it is a possibility that it could be just people taking what they worded out of context, because that very much so can be the case, which a lot of media, outlets have the tendency to do. But overall, regardless of what it is, it should not be a talking point, because that's kind of what they did, or not kind of, that's exactly what they did when they made the announcement of Tomb Raider being an exclusive deal, or even Dead Rising 4. When Microsoft fully funded these projects, and because of their funding and help and backing, they were a reality, or they were made a reality the way it was intended to from the very beginning. And they didn't have to take shortcomings or shortcuts and make the game in a different type of structure, like episodic, and risk the fact of it not doing well, right? or having a higher production value, for that matter. So, like I said, I think Sega's in a fine line where they need to, change some of their practices, especially when it comes to the Xbox console, and they need to stop using them. Because the only way and the only time they seem to support the Xbox console, like I said, is when they're getting something in return up front, right? Like they want to use Microsoft's technology through cloud and Azure. Microsoft still has to pay them as well, and they're profiting out of it, or they're going to benefit out of it, right? Because they don't have to put up the money to build the technologies out of their own pockets. And this is what I'm trying to, really the angle that I'm coming from to point out that this is bad practicing, especially if they're trying to not support and have the audacity to say, oh, we're not going to make exclusives, which I call BS also. I'm pretty sure money talks, partnership talks, everything else like bullcrap walks. There's got to be something that Microsoft's got to benefit out of this at some point. And I think we'll see that along the line and down the road. Maybe not right away, but possibly at some point. Even if it's something new, like a new IP, that would be great. I wouldn't mind that, So I just wanted to touch base on it because, again, it's something that bothered me. I see nobody talking about it. I haven't been able to have the time or the window to do any podcasting of my own, to host it and talk about it like we got next, because I've been with family and taking care of family issues and things that are way more obviously important and need to be dealt with. And I apologize for my absence to you guys, but I know you understand. Family comes first. Real life world issues come first. And, that's just how it should be, right? So I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you guys think in the bottom of your own thoughts about the subject, or if you didn't even know about it. I'll see if I can link the article source that was speaking about it, because on social you saw real quick people pushing the agenda of, oh, there won't be no exclusive, like in a negative way, like that's what you get. They did a partnership, but they're not going to take away games the way they did with Bethesda, right? Because they don't own Sega. And that's the angle that the dummies and the ignorant people are coming at it from, that angle, because they just want to make it into something negative or non-positive, because it evolves and is around Xbox, right? So that's the only thing I've seen on social, but not, people calling out Sega for really saying something really so unprofessional, to be honest, right? So you guys let me know what you think, if you agree with me or if you don't, down below, and if you did or didn't know, and let's have a conversation. Of course, keep it civil and respectful, like always, like I tell you guys, because if you don't, I'm not going to even bother to respond, or I'll just block you out. It's that simple. It's my channel, and I deal with what I want to deal with, and I'm not going to let you just stay there wasting my time. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. For all you that continue to come and support me, thank you. Because without you, my channel can't be sustained. And for all my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart for your subscribing and your subscriptions. And, for all you that come new and like my channel and find what I'm doing entertaining and like it or informative, and decide to also subscribe, also thank you, because I know you don't have to, but since you did, remember, I consider you now part of my family. I'm kind of losing my voice, so forgive me for that. Excuse me for that. You can find me on social, on Instagram under C_respect, on Twitter under the most powerful gaming historian. And as always, if you want to talk about games on Xbox through Xbox Live, it's Hebot 8. On the Nintendo Switch, it's Hebot 8. On the PlayStation, it's Outfell from Sky. And if you guys ever want to shoot me a DM because you want me to, you know, highlight something or review something or showcase something or even review it or stream it, or you want to make a donation, you can do that via DM, and we'll work out the particulars. And lastly, but surely not least, if you ever want to help out my channel, there is a way you can do it. It will be down in the description with my PayPal information and my Patreon. And remember, it's only if you want to, from the kindness of your heart. It's not mandatory. It's not obligated. But it will help my channel in a big way moving forward and to grow. Guys, Ebot signing off. I'll see you guys real soon. Love you. Thumbs up. Bye-bye.